Amazing day. Happy day if you're just joining in. Happy Wisdom Wednesday, January 14th. And we are here with the one and only Eric Andrews back for his second interview in the new year of 2026. This is his second interview in the new year for my 20th season, and I'm super excited to have you back. How have you been, my love? We got a lot to catch up in, but how has the new year been for you so far?
Oh gosh, the new year
Oh
so far.
gosh, new year so far.
Really good. I think really
Really good. I think
promising things have
really
happened so far.
promising things happen.
I feel good about
Feel good
2026 for
about
me personally.
2026 for me personally.
But I have some other feelings
But
about
I have
just
some
us as a country, and
just us as a
I'm a
country,
little
and
worried about some of that.
I'm a
But
little worried about
my 2026 so far
but
has been all right.
my 2026 so far has been
How about you, Miss Stevie?
I made that
How about you,
face. You
Miss
guys
TV?
know why. The feeling that you're feeling, if you guys caught my show Monday with my colleague, now's the time. I know a lot of you are feeling different feelings and emotions, and I think that was the time for me to be able to get it out to scream. That was my scream. And I'll be able to scream again this weekend when my colleague EJ comes back, my co host. Typically three of us, but me, I've been holding down the fort. The guys have been doing their thing, and I've been very supportive of it. And we got to continue on with supporting them. So y'all make sure y'all go support Johnny and EJ. But EJ is coming back with me. We have Ben had something in the works, and something came up, but we had to reschedule. So he is coming back Saturday, and hopefully we can continue on like we used to with our Saturday shows. I mean, we would get up every Saturday morning and do it at 9 a.m. But now we're doing it at 4 p.m. So
Mm.
we will be back at 4 p.m. Saturday. So I'll be able to scream again. Everything that you guys are feeling, I definitely am feeling as well to the brunt end of it. We'll dive into that later in the interview.
Yeah,
But what did you do to ring in the new year? What did you do to ring in 2026 and your Christmas holidays?
nothing exciting. I
Nothing
was
exciting. I
well, I
was
was working a lot.
I was working a
And
lot,
so I was outside a lot
and so
leading
I
into the
was
holidays,
outside like
and
leading into the
happy to just be in my
holidays, and you could just be
just
in
to
my
be in my house,
just to be
relaxing,
in my
both
house,
on Christmas
and
and New Year's.
both on Christmas and New Year's.
But I am a brand
But
ambassador,
I am a brand
and
ambassador,
I was
um,
representing Metro
and I
PCS,
was representing
and
Metro
so I
PCS,
was Santa
and
Claus at a few
I was
locations.
Santa Claus at a few locations.
Um, and I think that's one
Um,
cool little thing that
and I
happened,
think that's one
in
cool thing
December that's actually
in
related to the
December
holidays. Other than
that's
that,
actually
I was
related to the
happy in my
holidays. Other
house.
than
When I
that,
wasn't
I was
outside
in my house. When I wasn't
working,
outside
I was in the house just
working,
chilling out and
I was in the
happy
house
there.
just chilling out and happy here.
The same here. I was home. A lot of people was like, "Why didn't you go out?" Because typically we would go and see the fireworks show down here in South Carolina, where
Ooh.
I'm at. They would have someone, a local artist in the area, come and perform. But everybody was like, "Well, you stayed in." Yes, I did. I stayed in, and then I wound up getting sick Christmas
Mm.
evening. And I think I told Eric I was throwing up. It was nothing cute or diva. Y'all call me the diva. It was nothing cute. I didn't feel like a diva that evening, y'all. Honestly, I was throwing up and I came down with a little stomach bug. Caught what my mom had. My mom's been sick. So I'm just like, oh God, oh Jesus. But I am well now. So you guys don't have to worry. We're in the fight for this long haul. We got a lot going on. And I can't afford to miss any shows. So we're gonna keep it going. But I feel 100% better than I did. I had to nurse myself back to health. But that was a good day for me to take some days off as well, too. And sometimes you have to regroup. Listen
Mhm.
to your body.
Yeah.
And that would be my advice to anybody. Don't keep going. And even while I was sick, I was still working around the
Yeah.
house, helping my mom out, making sure that she has everything that she needs. Hi, welcome, Cleachy, welcome. If you are just joining, welcome to the Dollhouse. We are here with Eric Andrew, and we are talking about what we did during Christmas break, and then now we're in the new year, halfway in the new year of 2026 and beyond, and what he has coming up. So 2026 goals and resolutions. When I first woke up, it was the first day of January, January 1st, and my girlfriend, she texted me and she said, "Girl, what did you do? How did you ring in the new year?" I stayed in and celebrated. We both did. And I said, first thing I did was I got up and I prayed. I had a conversation with God and I said, God, thank you for allowing me to see 32 years of life in this new year because most people
Mhm.
women, we don't make it to see past 30. And that is a thing. And I told her, I said, I'm just thankful to be here, to be alive, to be a living, breathing vessel and testament to so many people, inspiring and encouraging them to use their voices and their platforms. And it's key and it's crucial that we continue so in these times. Hi, Amy. Welcome. If you're just coming in, I see new subs. Welcome. Welcome, ladies, if you're just coming in. And we are just talking about New Year's goals, New Year's resolutions, and what we did during the Christmas holiday break. Now, 2026, it is here, and we're like in the middle of this year alone. So, what are you manifesting for this year of 2026, Eric?
Yeah,
Yeah.
couple things. You reminded me of.
Couple things. You reminded me of.
There's something here called the Botanical Gardens that does this really cool holiday light show, where the
Oh,
plants are formed like,
where the plants
I don't know, Moana and things like that for the holidays. And I say every year that I'm going to go, and I never go.
I say every year that I'm going to go, and I never
So I'm
go.
going to say again this year that I'll do it
So I'm going to say again this year that
because I missed that.
because I missed that.
just
Also,
something new.
I
Also,
mirror you, and
I
I'm so happy to have
mirror you.
made it to
So happy to have
2026, and I had to thank God for that. And I've been
I
doing it
had
today, and I'm
that. I've been
because
today, and I'm
well,
because
first of all, I close out my
first
30s
of all,
this year.
I close out my.
I'll be 40 in October.
I'll be 40 in October.
And
Okay,
just
Scorpio
there's
Libra
just
season.
yeah. You're a Libra too? Did you say that?
You're a Libra too? Did you say that?
I'm a Scorpio. My mom's a Libra though, October 7th. Mine's is
Mhm.
October 31st, so I'm a
Mhm.
Scorpio.
Yeah.
And she's a Libra and Scorpio on the cusp, but hers is October 7th, so yes.
I have a lot of friends that are both.
I have a lot of friends that are.
So yeah, I was really happy
So yeah, I was
for
really,
that.
really happy
I
for that.
feel I don't know.
feel-
Despite what I see,
I
because I
don't
see a lot
know.
of things that are
Despite
disheartening
what I see, because I see a lot of things that are
when I look out into the
Yes.
world.
When I look out
When I
into
look into this
the world,
portal here,
when I look into this portal here,
but I just have a feeling inside
I
of me
just
of
have a feeling inside
really
of me
good
of
things this year. I
really
genuinely
good
do.
things this year. Genuinely,
And it obviously can't be based on what I'm
and
seeing,
it
but
obviously can't be based on what
I
I'm
have
seeing,
started
but
to
I have
work
started
on
to work on
adulting more efficiently
adulting
this
more
year.
efficiently this year.
That includes taking a deeper look at my budgeting and how I'm moving with my money,
how I'm moving,
getting around people who can mentor
getting
me
around people
and help me
mentor
kind of
me and
level up.
help kind of
So that's
level up.
something I've really been
So that's something I've
focused
really
on
been
since I would say
focused on since
fourth
I would
quarter
say
last year.
fourth quarter
Is
last year
really getting my
is really
finances
getting
in
my
order
finances in
and
order and
getting back to acting
getting back to
intentionally, which
intentionally.
hilariously I just did 2 days ago.
Hilariously, I just
So
did
since
2
we
days
spoke,
ago.
I had done nothing.
So since we spoke, I
And
had
then
done
all of a sudden, at 12 a.m., there's this
12 a.m.
email
There's
that's
this
like, hey, can you
that's like,
make it
hey,
for Monday and Tuesday of this
make it
week,
for
yesterday
Monday
and the
and
day
Tuesday
before,
of this
for a shoot?
shoot.
And so I did that, and I got the
I did that
ball rolling a day before I talked, 2 days
goal
before I talked to you. So
before I talked 2
now I
days
have
before I
something
talked
actually
to
to
you.
talk about.
Now I have
Why. But yeah, those things I would say.
but
My
yeah,
financial
my financial
situation, I want to kind of
situation. I
educate
want to
myself
kind
there and be more intentional
of educate myself
with
there
my finances.
Yes.
with my
Want
finances.
to and have started to get
Want
back
to and have
into
started to get back
making
into
space for
making space for
creative release, and
creative
whether that
release.
be being on set
Being
somewhere
on set
or
somewhere or
drawing and painting and things like
drawing
that.
and
I love
painting
to go
and
to shows.
that. I love to go to shows.
And, I feel like I can round this out. Let's see. Oh, fitness.
Fitness.
So I lost 40 pounds last year,
So I lost 40 pounds last year.
and I think I've
New health,
since lost
new
another
wealth.
5.
And that's something
Since
I've been
lost another
preaching.
5.
So I'm trying to get
So
just,
I'm trying to get
just to be fine,
just to be fine,
going into 40 to be that,
going
sexy.
40 to be that sexy.
And shout outs to my brother K Tukes. Shout outs to K Tukes if you're just coming in. My brother K Tukes is going live with my girl. Faith is the substance. Make sure y'all tune in for my brother's interview tonight here on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern. But I'm going to go back and I'll be there with bells on. So y'all make sure you on support. He says, "Hi, everybody. Welcome if you're just coming in. We're talking about 2026 goals and beyond. And I'm so glad you touched on that because I also, too, am on a health journey. If you guys follow my stories on Instagram at style by Stevie underscore daytime, every morning, 7 a.m., I get up and I exercise. I didn't do it this morning because I had a dentist appointment. I had to go get my crown put in and everything and get the other crown taken out, the temporary taken out, and put the other crown on. But tomorrow I'll be back. My schedule will be back to regular, back to 7 a.m. Every morning I have been documenting that if you follow my stories. So every morning I have been exercising, and you guys see a complete difference. And I also see a difference as well too. You guys see the difference, but I see the difference more so as well too. And I have also, I'm gonna pick up. I got Marie Kondo's book, so I decluttered my life a little bit, Eric,
Come on.
out of my room. Circle in your space, your life is just out of control. So she says, get rid of the things that you no longer need. And her book is The Art of Tidying Up. So I found it at my library. Let me grab it. Ooh, here we are. Yes, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up from Marie Kondo. And I want you all, I'm encouraging y'all to read it. And she says, despite constant efforts to declutter your home, do papers still accumulate like snowdrifts and clothes pile up like a tangled mess of noodles? This book I'm going to start getting into. I keep procrastinating, but I like to listen to audio. So I've got the audio as well too. I pulled it up
I do
right
the same
here,
thing.
and you can read along with it as well too. So that's what I'm probably going to be doing in my downtime, and I'm going to start on that later this evening. But I got back kind of, but just flipping through, reading some of the pages, I'm like, okay, she's on to. So trust me, when you declutter your life, when you get rid of the things out of your life that you no longer need, whether that is friends who you feel as though, from their political stance, whatever it may be, family, if you have to distance yourself away from them a little bit, you
Yeah.
have to. There's a lot of people are going no contact, and I admitted to going no contact with my father in one of my most recent interviews, if you guys have seen it. It's tough, but
Mm.
I have stood firm on that.
Yeah.
I'm stood firm on that. Going in 2026, I want everybody to establish boundaries. And there's nothing wrong with establishing boundaries and saying, no, I will not do this. No, I will not do that. No, I will not make you feel good. And I want everybody to know that it doesn't make a person by saying no.
No.
So those work on. So health is wealth. So when Eric said he's been working out in his journey, I also too have been working on my journey, and not just on my journey, but which is why I chose the color green. Shout outs to Chef Sky. Hey girl, you guys are giving me those green hearts. Yes, I told everybody to give me green hearts. Last season 19, when I did my interview with Eric, it was silver, blue, and black. Those were the colors. And I would send them to everybody, text thread, anything. Any message, you would get a blue, black, and a silver heart at the end of the text. But now the color is green, and I chose green because wealth, money, renewal, health. Going into a new year, you're always envisioning the new aesthetic behind me, everything. I wanted everything green because you're reinventing yourself. And every year you have to reinvent yourself. So trust me. Scorpios, we're notorious for doing that. We die, not physically die,
Mm-hmm.
but we die and we go back into the creative process of wanting to be reborn again into a new image. So every season you see me, or every interview you see me, it's like over 940 something here on this channel. So many I've done. My look is different. I love to reinvent myself, and not just in the beauty realm and in the fashion realm, but as far as health as well too.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, I need for myself. But that's to add on to what Eric said. But mentally, how have you been with protecting your peace? Because that also goes into protecting your health.
I want to say
I want to say
that color green, I
the
believe, is
color
also the heart
green, I
chakra.
believe, is also the heart chakra.
So just an
So just
unintended
an unintended
synchronicity there.
synchronicity.
And I actually got injured.
And
I
actually
injured my back some
injured
type of way.
my
I'm
my
still
back
actually
some
in
type
pain
of
right
way.
now.
I'm still actually in pain
In
right now.
December,
in
Recovering.
December.
Yes.
So I thought that I was going to gain a bunch of weight. Typically, I gain 15 pounds between November and December anyway, and I just got to work it off. So I was expecting that that would happen, and I thought I was really bummed for a minute because my back was hurt, and I started feeling guilty about not working out. It's gotten to that point now that I'm like, if I'm not doing it, I feel a little guilty, like I'm cheating myself. But I held myself together, and I think it's because I didn't do a lot of the partying because I was working so much. That I actually did not gain 15 pounds. I did lose those 5 pounds, but I've really not been working out like I had been before. I hurt my back for a while. So to hop on the scale this morning and see that I was happy, but we're ready to get back in there. With the one software that I started seeing someone for like stretching, reflex stuff. So she's helping me out with that, and
Yes.
we'll have to get back into physical therapy. But internally, I'm gonna be honest. I've been on this honest kick.
It's okay. I've been honest. And
Internally,
y'all seen Monday's show. Y'all got a kick out of Monday's show. Just ask Chef Sky how I had to cut up. Again, when I say I've had to scream, I've had to scream. And sometimes we have to scream and get it out. It doesn't make you a bad person. My mom had her moment, and I was right there with her. And I said, calm down. It's going to be okay. But she
mine
said,
had her moment
sometimes God
too.
tells
And
us
I had never seen her have a moment.
lash out. If you need to, the person will understand. So
Yeah.
if you have to take a moment to go outside and just scream in a place where it's vacant, if you have to go and break something in a place that's vacant, you won't get in trouble for it. It's already broken, windows torn down or whatever. Find you a place where you can vent and get whatever frustration it is that you have inside you out. Writing has been an outlet for me. Fashion has been an outlet for me. Style by Stevie has been an outlet for me, and it breaks my heart when I'm not able to talk with my guests or with my supporters, my dolls, Chef Sky, K Tukes. Well, K Tukes will text me every now and again. So yeah, it breaks my heart, but I'm not communicating with anybody. I talk with my mom, I talk with my grandmom, but it's nothing better than also hearing the outside perspective as well too. So I totally understand. But go on, Eric. You said you're gonna be honest. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree. It's important to actually feel and acknowledge the feeling.
Yeah.
So, I've been working on being honest with myself about that. This is probably like the second year now, but I've also gotten back into therapy since we spoke. So that's been helping. And for the first time in my life, I've got a little, I don't even know what the name of my medication is, but I have a little pill now that I take. Keep me cool. But yeah, I'm concerned. There's a overarching feeling of uncertainty, which leads to anxiety. So I feel like there's just this nervousness just kind of under the surface continually. Just what am I going to hear today? What am I going to wake up to? When am I next? When is my group next? And which one of those groups that I fit into is next? But I also quite honestly have had this kind of shining light still in the back. I really do feel that what I can control is going to be beneficial and life changing for me in this year. But there's a bunch of things that I can't control that affect me and affect people that I know and love and affect people that I've never met and seen.
Around.
And there's not maybe not every day, but not a week that I don't just shed a tear or two for humanity, period. And I've always been that sensitive type of human, I guess. And it took me a few decades to not see that as a weakness, but it's hard for me not to be emotionally weighed down with the heaviness of the lack of empathy reflected from humanity through media and social media and even just like in-person interactions. There have been things, even yesterday on set, you hear people
you hear
and
people
not
and
overhear
not
people
overhear
talking
people
amongst themselves
talking
and just
amongst
see
themselves
how
and to see how
divided we are and
divided we
how
are and how
so many of us have so
so
little
many of us have
information about so many other of us, but build these strong matter of fact like
Notions
opinions about
strong matter
things.
of fact like
and
opinions about things.
misconceptions about people. The dangerous thing about misconceptions is that you won't know until you actually you're judging someone based off of something that you heard. But
Hmm.
until you sit down and conversation with them, it's completely the opposite. We are now, as you said, we are so divided right now. Whereas me, I'm bringing people together using my platform to bring people together from different walks of life. The comments don't know each other, the viewers don't know each other, but they're adding each other in the chat. I didn't even have to tell them to do it.
Look
They'll
at
go
y'all.
right on ahead and they'll do it,
Look at
mixed
y'all.
amongst mix and mingle amongst yourselves. And they form bonds with each other. And that's the beauty of it. Christopher, hi, my love. Welcome. I think I know who that is. Hi, Chris. Welcome. If you're just coming in, my love, we are talking about mental health now and the current state of affairs and how we can all keep sane. And I know a lot of us, as Eric said, we have uncertainty. I've been one that's been like a light. And shout outs to my brother, Scott Valentine. There was one time he said, lives. You've been like a light
Mm.
in the darkness. And I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you guys how many DMs I've gotten from people when this regime was sworn in. Let's be clear, it's not an
Mm.
administration, it's a regime. And this is a dictatorship. A lot of people were scared. They were like, Miss Stevie, what do we do? Miss Stevie, what do we do? You keep living, you keep surviving, and you never let fear overtake you from living your life. But also be vigilant, be aware. And not only that, continue to be a light to other people as well too, because right now we're going to have to be each other's arms, ears, elbows. We are going to have to be the branches on that tree to each other. And that's what I want each and every one of us to know. This is scary. Yes, we're seeing what's going on. Like, oh my Lord, when you spin the wheel on the game show, what's the game show? Wheel of Fortune. When you spin the wheel, what is it going to land on next? It's landing on black people. It's landing on queer people. It's
Hmm.
landing on any marginalized. Where are we going to do? What are we going to do next? Lord, where do we go from here? And we all have these conversations. It's okay to say, I've had a conversation with God. And I appreciate you, Eric, for saying, I am seeing a therapist. Because within our community, the Black
Me too.
Collective, for so long, we have been taught, no, don't talk about it. You don't want nobody looking at you crazy. And
Hmm.
especially me growing up down here in South Carolina. Are y'all forgetting I'm a Southern bit? I'm not Phaedra Parks, though.
No.
But she is the real Southern Belle. But I'm a Southern Belle as well too. I was born and raised down here in little old South Carolina, the Bible Belt. So we
Yeah.
have been taught for so long, sweet, talk to God about it. But I always remind people of this: faith without work is dead. So God put therapists here for a reason. So be able to go and sit down and talk to somebody. So it's okay to not be okay. To my viewers out here who also suffer with mental health, who also suffer with anxiety, and I know I do as well too. But my outlet has been writing, has been talking about it, and there have been other people be like, you know what? I feel you. I understand where you're coming from because I too battle with that. And the
Yeah.
audience, I don't even ask them. They will just start pouring in and putting their everything out there, bearing their heart, bearing their souls and their issues. And I tell people this all the time. I want you to also be mindful of your spaces, your settings, your intake. Sometimes you have to unplug. Like you said, like Eric just said, we are constantly bombarded with bad news every day. And there was a comedian, Lonnie Love.
You would think
Lonnie Love,
nothing
y'all
ever
remember
good
Lonnie
You would
Love?
happened.
think nothing ever good happened.
Yes, from the real, that's the same thing she said. She said every time we turn on the news, this regime has done something more corrupt and dangerous and put us in a dangerous situation every single day. Those were her exact words. And she's not lying. Every day we're bombarded with something, but sometimes you have to unplug. And I know it's kind of hard for me with being like, I'm not a journalist, y'all. I'm like an influencer or a blogger in a way or two. I don't really know. I don't put myself in a category, but I give people the information and tools that they need from my education, from doing lots of research, making sure that it's truthful, that it's factual. And that's what I said with Now's the Time Monday. I'm not going to put it out there if it's not true. And there are people who will send me stuff sometimes, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to talk about it until I
Yeah.
actually get it. But make sure that you're following notable news sources like Aaron Parnas, Midas Touch Network, Joy
Come on, Midas
Reid,
Touch.
Don Lemon. Make sure that you're following Don Lemon because Don Lemon and I, the woke ginger. Make sure that you're
Mm.
following people like that who are giving you information around the clock. And that's how I get my
Can I
information.
throw in
Politics by
the
Tamara.
Dominique Morgan?
Oh yes, the
I
beautiful
just found
Dominique
her
Morgan.
today, and she had a few hot takes, and I was like, girl. So the Dominique
Her.
Morgan.
Doll of the Day is another as well too. Of course, my girl who I've had on my show, and she's a good friend of mine. When we did our interview together, that was way back around 2021, 2022. Hope Giselle is another notable source, like award-winning writer. She is a author. Hope Giselle. So y'all make sure y'all are following T.S. Madison. When Madison does it, it is colorful. It's with humor, and I do the
Mhm.
same thing as well too. I add humor with mine, and sometimes the humor can be like, "Oh no, Miss Stevie, did you say that?" Which was like the case of Monday's show where I really let loose, and you guys saw the highlight in the clip. And so, yes, I've got DMs, and they're just like, "Why did you put the orange piggy?" Well, I gave my ex on Monday's show, so make sure you guys go and check that out. But I'm not going to dive into politics, but it's the current climate that we're in, and please understand that you are not alone. To each and every one of you out
Yeah.
there, I'm looking at Chrissy's comment. I've struggled with
Christopher,
my own
I feel you. We feel you.
taking steps about it helps a lot. Absolutely. And Chrissy, you got my number, so you feel free to reach out to me. We need each other right now, each and every one of us. Eric has my number. K Tooks has my number, and sometimes you guys will DM me on Instagram. Don't be afraid. I know my presence is intimidating, but don't ever be afraid to reach out to me. DM me whatever your thoughts is, because we have to communicate with one another. Now, Bubs the God has us, Bubs has created something called the Short Stack Revolution, and it's our own little chat with me and a bunch of other change makers. Shout outs to Deshaun, shout outs to Harold, Queen Spicy, shout outs to Conscious TV, who's also been a beacon
Come
of
on, Conscious,
light
please.
through these dark times. And Conscious will make you laugh. If you know
Ooh,
Conscious, you know God.
I'm a Grits and Eggs
Yes.
podcast fan too, if anybody cares. Grits
Yes,
and Eggs
Grits
podcast.
and Egg. That's a pod, Dante. That's a podcast you can follow. Make sure that you are following the Women of I've Had It as well too. It's so many that you can get your laughs, you can get what's going on in the world, and you can also have an escape. With T.S. Madison, her platform, yes, she dives deep into it and she gets you to understand, but she also uses humor. And there are a lot of comedians. Think of Saturday Night Live, how they seeing what's going on and they would take it and make it into a spoof. Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah.
Turn your pain into laughter. Turn your pain into laughter. Be strategic about it. And that's what I would suggest to anybody. Not everybody can do it, but Madison, she's excellent at doing that.
And
And
have a
that's
good
why what
variety like
her
that.
and Craig,
Have your people
yes,
that make you
her
laugh,
and Craig,
do all those things. Have your people that drill down into the facts. Like I will listen to Amanda Seals if I just want to hear a lot of facts or interesting takes on things. But I listen to a Deontay Cobb. I listen to opinions that I know I'm not going to agree with, actually. Not that Amanda Seals is, but listen,
not me,
make sure that
not
you
me for
have,
my mental health. Yes, not me for my mental health, but else to Eric for doing that because you're like my colleague. I told him I wouldn't sit down with somebody like a Candace Owens, but he's willing to.
yeah, somebody has to do it.
He's willing
And I'll
to.
watch it.
Yeah, somebody has to do it. You have to, but it's dangerous because it's like you're going in uncharted territory when these people
Mhm.
have been indoctrinated to
Yeah.
sprout out white
But
supremacy.
if we
And
don't
white supremacy is
lift up the
conducive
carpet and deal with it,
to mental
the
health.
conversation never
Yeah.
happens.
And it's important that we continue to educate within our community. One, I'm gonna go back to what you said earlier, which is my taking on a job, wealth. I had Carl on the show a few weeks back this year, and we were talking about financial literacy. There are still people out here in our community, the Black Collective, who don't have a reading level, who can't read at a certain grade level, who are not educated on finances and all of these things. And that's where that comes in. He has a clothing brand called Thousandaires, HEIS. And what he does is he puts the information inside his clothing because we are so quick. The information is right there in a book for us. A lot of people won't pick it up and read it. And that's why it's important that we continue to educate our people. Reading is also therapeutic. Having the hard
Mhm.
hitting conversations, like my colleague, uh, now's the time. And Conscience, shout outs to Conscience. Conscience will have people on his platform that have a different opinion. And Eric is also open and welcome to her. Well, this girl right here, no, she won't. If you are evil and hateful and mean and bigoted and you're not willing to hear me out, no, I don't want to have a conversation with you. And it's not conducive to my mental health. That's just like with what's her name on the Breakfast Club keeps attacking T.S. Madison. I'm just like, need for room to have a conversation with someone when their mindset on bigotry. Bigotry can also be conducive to your mental health. White supremacy, for 400 years, our people have experienced that. And trauma is still haunting us, and it is now haunting us even more. It's louder day by day because it's emboldened. It has a face, it has a name.
Yeah, it really
Yeah,
does
it,
haunt
it
us.
really
It's
does
in our
haunt us
DNA.
in DNA.
Um,
Um,
Yeah.
I believe the field of
I
study is
believe
called
the study is
epigenetics,
called
like epigenetic
epigenetics,
memory
like
and stuff
genetic memory
from
from
our ancestors.
our
Something you
ancestors.
said earlier
Something you
reminded
said
me of,
earlier reminded me,
I guess not a resolution, but
I guess,
something that
a resolution
I'm
was
working
something
on
I'm
actively
working
as well,
actively as
which
well,
is
which is
which is
which is
making sure that I'm not
making
making
sure that I'm not making
decisions out of fear.
out.
So
So
if
if
I
I
have a decision to make,
have a decision to make,
and the only thing keeping
and the
me
only
from
thing
going
keeping me
forward is that I'm scared or
forward,
that I'm
I'm
nervous,
scared or
I
that I'm
do it.
nervous,
So
I
I've
do
been
it.
throwing
So I've been throwing
myself into those
myself
situations.
into those situations.
Um,
Um,
I started this last
I
year and
started this last
continuing
year
it through this year. So
doing it through
that's
this year. So
another,
that's
I guess, a
another,
resolution
I
type of
guess,
thing that
a
I would throw
resolution
in
type
there
of thing
too.
that I
Is
would
just
throw in
really
there
making
too.
sure
Is
that
just really
my
making sure that
decisions are
my
not
decisions are
informed
not
solely
informed
by,
solely by,
or even at all,
or
by
even
fear.
at all,
Let's just
by
take that
fear.
out. If
Let's
fear
just take,
wasn't a
if fear
factor, would
wasn't
you
a
do this?
factor,
Then I'm
would
gonna do
you
it.
do this? Then I'm gonna do it.
So
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
jumping out on fear can be scary for each and every
Oh,
one of us.
Oh,
Stepping into a new territory for a career or whatever it may be, because I said
hmm
also when Carl was, I was saying that a new career vision can be scary. Like I was scared that people were just not gonna watch me anymore. People were not gonna engage anymore. I'm like, and then when I came back, which was January 1st of this year, if I want to say, I think it was January 1st when I came back for season 20. I was like, okay, we got something tangible here. We got something tangible here. People are coming back. The same people who would always watch me every day are back. And even more new faces are getting to know me. More new faces know me. So I'm like, I see it. My subscribers here on my channel are growing. People are following me on the gram.
You're genuine and you know how to talk to people and you understand nuance. I said that you understand nuance. You are genuine and you know how to talk to folks. Your voice is back. Your face is frozen. Nope. Well, maybe for them you are. Let's check the chat. Okay, there you are.
Yeah, it's been like,
okay, there you are.
I'm back. I was saying that it does that because it's been doing that Monday with Now's the Time. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, and it'll glitch. It's not only me having the problem, but it's other creators having the same problem as well too. hopefully once this restriction is up, if you know, you know, because I'm still in IG jail right now. So
Mm.
until my parole is up. But for now, we're gonna have to make it work here on YouTube. The message will get out. But what was I saying? I was saying about Eric's comment about having nuance. When I would put something in the comments, people would agree with it. Like 800 people would flock to it and just like, we feel you, we are with you, and it's so good to be able to have community, people you've never met before, to
Hmm.
be able to rally behind you and support exactly what you're saying because they're saying, they know your history and what's right. And it's important that we continue to keep giving the truth to people. We continue to be that neighbor. And I was telling Now's the time this Monday on the show. You guys can go back and catch that replay. And I was saying that right now we have to be a neighbor to each other right now. We have to be a neighbor to each other. We have to help each other out more than ever. And mom, sometimes I know she would feel like sometimes I'm just alone by myself. And I said, Mommy, that's not true. You have me. You have other family members. Everybody might not be able to be right there every minute 24/7, but I'm always right here. So I'm only one
Yeah,
call
you
away.
can.
She can call me
Yeah,
right here in the house on the phone or yell and I'll come out running. Come
yeah.
running. And she can't get as fast as I am. And I'm like, and even with I bought the baby on the show, the toy poodle I had, and you guys love her, Coco. So I might bring her back on. But my mama can't chase after no Coco.
No.
You can't run after her. You go outside, she's gonna run right behind you. She's gonna run in the neighbor's yard, and I have to go and catch her and bring her back here. So I have to always be there 24/7 to make sure that she has everything she needs. And that's to anybody. But yeah, be a neighbor to someone. Be a neighbor to someone. That is another way that you can release
Hmm.
whatever is inside of you to anybody of that matter. I'm seeing the numbers jump up and down. I guess people are having trouble with the live, but we're going to keep it going, y'all. So we've covered that, the mental health aspect. Do you guys have any questions for myself or Eric, Fashion Dolls? Because this is a pretty good conversation. We're talking about mental health, and I know a lot of all of the impacts of everything that is going on right now in this climate. And it's hard to turn a blind eye to it. You can't turn your phone off because you'll get a notification about something.
Yeah.
You're scrolling down your social media feed and you see it. You turn on your TV and
I
you
book
see it.
work through
I
social
You're
book work through
media.
so
I have to
and,
have
and
my phone
I
to work.
have to have
So
my phone to work.
as much as I really
As much as I really
minimize how much of it I
miss
watch
how much of
intentionally, it's hard not to come across stuff. I see the headlines even if I
I see
don't
the head
read
even
the
if I
article,
don't
which is what happens oftentimes.
have
and it's so difficult with this regime.
Hmm.
And it's just like, my God, where do we go from here? What do we do now? Every day is something, and it's going to get a whole lot more worse. So
It's
everybody
got
just
to first.
buckle up your
It's got
seatbelt.
to first.
Yeah, buckle up your seatbelts. Figure out a strategy of what we can do to move forward and change this, and continue to work together. We got each other. We've got each other. They've made it very clear that they are for themselves. And if you're not a part of that tax bracket,
Right.
that 1% tax bracket, then you're not welcome to anything that they have going on unless you're a part of that. Unless you were part up there with the upper ups. There's the
Hmm.
haves and the have nots, and then we are part of the working class.
The have
So
nots are getting
it's
Have
definitely
not
a
a
to
lot
getting
bigger.
class
a
cultural
lot big.
difference. Yeah.
But
But hey,
But we're gonna get through it. We've been through
we
worse
are.
before. We
we
have
are.
survived worse before, y'all. So trust me on this. We're gonna get through it. We are rejuvenated. We're happy. Now's the time. As actress Sonia Sohn. How many of y'all watched The Wire growing up? I've had the pleasure of interviewing Vincent Ward from The Wire and so many others here on my platform. Julito from The Wire. But the for Sonia Sohn, if you guys follow her on Instagram, y'all need to go follow her and check her out. She's been encouraging people to strategize, as my colleague Now's the Time did Monday on the show. Oh, you watched The Wire? Chef Scott, girl, the show's good. And as a matter of
Yeah.
fact, since I got a day off tomorrow and I won't be back till Friday and Saturday, I might actually binge watch The Wire then, because some of the stuff that we see going on shows like that, where it's like black men and our people being racially profiled, even though they did their thing, some of them were racially profiled on the show. It also taught heavy subject matter, but Sonia Sohn, if you guys follow her on Instagram, she has been one out here encouraging people to organize, boots on the ground if you need to, be strategic. Whatever frustration that you're feeling, she said to put it out there when you're marching. Put your energy into that. There's so many things you can do, so many protests. They are now doing general strikes. There's so many things you can do to get involved out here. Give back to a community. Feed people. People are still starving. And shout outs to my girl Chastity. She is the creator of Hypnotic Skincare. And if you're in the Atlanta area, she has something called Feed the Block ATL. And you can do it in your city as well too. I know it's one down here for South Carolina where I'm at, and I need to get on top of that ASAP.
I'm in
And I
Atlanta.
would encourage each and every one of you to do something like that. Feed the block, pass out food, do what you got to do. Work at your local church, your community. There's shelters out here that my cousin who won the beauty pageant, and she's also co-owner of Style Millen. She's what I do. I help women who've been in abusive situations, who are at shelters. I pass out food to them. I feed them. That's what I did. So get involved. Get involved. I'm telling you, when you get involved, it will take your mind off of all of the craziness that's going on, and it will encourage you to do even more and more and more and more and more. And I know I'm doing what I can with my platform. Resources down here in South Carolina, because we've got that damn. Oh, he gets on my nerves. We got Lindsey Graham and Tim Scott down here, y'all.
Mm.
So then you got Nancy Mace, Ralph Norman. It's like pick your poison. Who do you want? But we just got to make it work with what we got down here. And I think some of the people down here in South Carolina are waking up. So I said, you know what? I'm a little blue dot in South Carolina. When I put that there, people are just like, sister, we are right behind you. I'm like, it's other people who are right behind me, and know that you're not alone. And that's the key thing to anybody out here. Know that you're not alone. There are other people who are feeling the same sentiments as you.
This
So
is what I was
to
going to
anybody
say.
who's feeling like I'm feeling the blunt end, the fire, everything of it, know that you're not alone. That there are people out here just like you who are feeling those same different emotions. So,
And this
go
is a
ahead, Eric. I'm
time of
sorry.
finding community and building community. That's all I was going to say. Is that it's
Oh
been
yeah.
happening for me. Of course, it happened even yesterday on set. But I found that this is really a time for that. Find your people, build that community. People are looking for it. People are hungry for it. There's a lot of noise, but if you sift through that, filter that out, you can find your tribe, find your community, find like-minded people, find people with complementary talents and skills. Um, I think that's really the move going forward, is to take our power back, or really just use the power that we've always had. And so much of that is in the community and the connections and the networks that we have. That's why I'm even able to educate myself further, uh, adulting, etc. It's because of the people I meet. That's the reason that I may have some prospects just from what I did yesterday, because of the people that I met. So yeah, this is perfect time for that. Everybody's looking for it. Like you said, people are feeling the same way. This is what my therapist and I had to talk about. She was like, I feel the same way, and a bunch of other people do right now. So now is the time for real to find those. If it takes a little bit of effort, stick to it. Know that the people are there. If it's not online, maybe it's local coffee shop, whatever it is. But they're looking for you too.
Oh yeah. They're busting into. They are grabbing people up right, and that's where community comes in. So when you're together in numbers, there's nothing. more invincible than that.
Yeah.
So when it's way more of us than it is of them that are working with, I call them the melted people, because we are going to melt them in midterms. Something coming. There is something on the horizon coming, and they are terrified. That's why they're doing what they're doing. What does a
Yeah.
mouse do when they're, and I use this analogy, and I think I was telling K Tooks this. No, it was Deshaun. I said, Deshaun, what does a mouse do when they're cornered? They throw everything. They're gonna pick up the whole damn cheese. They gonna throw that at you. They're gonna throw everything. And it's just like you're having to duck, dodge everything that they're throwing at you. And that's what this regime is doing. They're gonna throw a lot of doozies at you this entire trial to keep you distracted, throw you off your game.
Yeah.
It's a quote from Rihanna that I absolutely love, and I say it all the time. Rihanna says, don't focus on the chaos, focus on getting to the finish line. We know the truth. And their thing is to distract us, create chaos and distract us so that we don't get to that finish line, so that we don't have our rights. Because while we're focusing on the chaos,
And feeling
with him
helpless.
throwing press briefings and all of these things that he's doing, he's building onto. Yes, he's doing those things, and it's immoral, it's incorrupt, it's illegal. We know that, but also focus on what we can do to build our community and strengthen us. That's
Yeah.
in order for us to take back our country, we have to focus on working together. And that means not judging someone based off of their language, not judging someone based off of the color of their skin, not judging someone based off of their sexuality. And we have been programmed, and organized religion has took a play into that for us to judge and prosecute our own people who are different, who don't pray like you do, who don't love like you do. LGBT people are going to be here. So we're not going anywhere. You can't erase our existence. As much as you try to eradicate us, history has shown, from Bayard Rustin to James Baldwin to Audre Lorde to Bell Hooks to so many other revolutionaries who have been here and understood the assignment, that we will continue to be here. And that's why it's important that we keep continuing to be the vessels in our community to educate and bring awareness, and to be an organizer. And me, I'm an organizer, and I'm using Style by Stevie as an outlet with everybody in the comments. When I say hello, fashion dolls, hi, fashion dolls, in almost every one of my interviews, you'll get tired of me saying it. But you guys already at each other in the comments. And I'm pretty sure you talk. I see you guys in other people's platforms. If I'm not live, then you'll go to K-Tubes. If K-Tubes is not live, then y'all go to Bubs the God. And then if we're live together collectively, y'all will head right on over if you catch me on Tit for Tat, This and That's panel. And we all have something different to offer. It's nothing, it's more than enough room at the top. And we're
Mhm.
organizing and we have fun. So have fun within your circle. They can do it. That people who are mean, bigoted, and hateful, they can organize. Once who are fighting the good fight like us, and that's what the late John Lewis said. We have to be good kind of, and I want each and every one of us to know that. We have to be the good kind of trouble. Disrupt. Make sure you got your phone out and recording, because they want to prosecute people for recording. So make sure you keep your phones on. Technology is key. Keep everything documented. Write it down, because history will show what is true. And
Yeah.
we're seeing it in real time in front of our very eyes. So make sure that you keep your phone on you. Record. Make sure that you're going out as a group collectively. Because when you are together, you are invincible. When we're divided and sparse and separated, it does nothing. So it takes for us to come together. Now, I would not work with no conservative involved. Not this group. I would not at all. Because you want to eradicate my existence. You've been
I was
trying
gonna
to
say
eradicate
that's
my
like
existence. Yeah. That's
against
just like me
self-interest,
sitting
like
down with,
self-preservation,
yeah, it's like
basic.
wanting to sit down with David Duke or let's say Adolf Hitler. I would never do that. Would never turn my back on the people who are just like me, who are oppressed, disabled, LGBT, black women, black men, the black collective, Jewish people. I would never do that to them. Never. Never. So I want you all to remember that it takes a community and a village to tackle what's going on, and we see that.
And
So
we're
I
gonna
want you
see
all to
change.
And we're
remain
gonna see
encouraged.
change.
Yeah,
My
go ahead. I'm
apologies.
sorry.
My apologies.
No, it's
But
okay.
just to
But
tag on to what you're saying,
tag on to
we're
what
gonna
you're
see
saying,
change
we're gonna see change
by
by
small acts.
small
It's not going to
acts.
be one
Not going
big
to be
broad
one big
stroke
broad
where, I don't
stroke
know, the
where, I don't know,
government or some
government or some
right
right
politician, correct
politician,
politician
correct
comes in
politician comes in
and broad
and
strokes,
broad
everything right for
strokes,
us. It's
everything
going to
right for us.
be
It's going to be
you doing what you can
doing
do
what you
where
can
you
do
are in your
where you are,
community,
community,
locally in your community,
locally,
or in your community
or in your
online if you have a
online if
platform
you have
like
a
Miss
platform
Stevie.
like
So,
TV. So,
sometimes we can feel like
sometimes
this
we
is
can
so
feel like
big.
this is so
What
big.
is it that I can do that will have
Is it
any
that I
type of
can do that
effect
will have
on
any
it?
type of effect on it?
And the fact is,
And the fact is,
any little thing you
any
do
little thing you do
with any little
with
thing
any
everyone
little
else
thing
does,
everyone else does,
like-minded people do,
like-minded
is
people
going to
do, is
compound
going to compound
into the change
to
that you want to
the
see.
change that you want to see.
So I just want to
So
encourage
I
people
just want
that
to encourage people that
you are
you
doing
are
enough.
doing enough,
And if you really
and
can do more and
can
that's
do
available
more,
to you and
is available to you,
attainable, and you do that, great.
that
But
great.
never
Never
or feel
dis
like
feel like
what you do
what
is
you do is
not valuable or
not
doesn't
valuable or
make an impression in the
in
overall
the
human
overall
experience, because every little thing does.
little
And
thing does.
it just will
And
never
it will
be
never
that
be
we just get a
a
magic
magic
cure-all
cure-all
solution from any
solution
one person
from
or
any one
institution.
person or institution.
Certainly those that
Certainly
weren't
those
really
that were
created to
created to
benefit people first,
benefit people first.
the people first.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, I want you all to remain vigilant. I want you all to, as Eric just said, it's going to take community. So make sure that you're building your community, building your tribe up around you. And more importantly, make sure that you are surrounded with your family, especially. Stay close. Keep your family close to you. Keep an eye on your mom, dad, whomever, because they are grabbing up people left and right. And
Mm.
it's important that you know your rights. Know your rights. You are an American citizen and you know the rights, you know due process, you know all of these things. So the Constitution is there. Grab you a copy of the Constitution and proclamation. Make sure you're grabbing on everything. Educate yourself. Awareness is key, and it is important that we do this within our own communities because they are snatching up books off of the shelves by saying, "Oh, it's DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion." And what diversity is for everyone. So we don't exclude anyone. Make sure that you are understanding front to back, cover to cover, everything that is going on. And make sure that you're bringing awareness to people. They don't want us to do that. They don't want us to inform people when they're coming in our communities. But continue to use your this here. This here is powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that you got this out. This is your this is
And
you. We
that's
talk
new.
about the Oscars. Make sure you got your Oscar in your hand wherever you go with you. This is the Oscar right here. This is the damn Oscar. Make sure that you are recording everything that they're doing because these people, we don't know who they are. We don't know who it could be. These are masked men. They're coming into our neighborhoods. They're snatching people up. They're dressed in black. We don't know who you are. So make sure you got your Oscar in your hand.
Yeah. So
But go on,
what these
Eric.
people are doing, this
So
is not a
what
new
people are
playbook.
doing, this is not a playbook.
None of this is new.
None of this is new.
And that's the reason why we only see certain things
we only
in
see
our
certain
media,
things
and we completely miss
completely
others. That is why
That is why
education is being attacked.
being attacked.
Because if you
Yes.
educate yourself a little bit on history, you'll see that none of this
you'll
is
see
new.
that none
This
of
is
this
a very predictable sequence of steps. And yeah, so
And
education, yeah, for sure. It's super important, and don't feel any type of way if there's something you don't know about. Find out about. everybody can't know everything. This is a part of the strength in your community, is having people that can fill in those gaps and having those conversations. This is the power of the conversation. Yeah, these devices we have, this is a new weapon against a new defensive weapon against this type of stuff. But this gameplay is not new.
They want history to repeat itself, and that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. As I discussed on Monday's show with Now's the Time, I suggest everybody go and check that live out. It's over. We did an hour-long show. We did a part one, and they cut that live. Yeah, that was an hour-long conversation. So y'all go back and check that out. Whenever you're feeling down, trust me, you'll get some cackles, you'll get some keys. Chef Sky was there in the chat. She'll tell you. You'll get informed because I dropped like a timeline of understanding our history as Black people, as the Black collective.
Right.
I also dropped a timeline of how Hitler in Germany rose to power and how and I broke down each dictator by category, like Gaddafi. Gaddafi is that I talked about, and Megaby, I think his name is Megaby. It's another one as well too. So I went by list, and it was like the top 10 most evil, dangerous dictators in American history. Vladimir Putin came in number 10. So and it just went by level of cruelty. So y'all go and check that out. It is up. Chef Sky was here. She can vouch for me. But yes, slave catchers, that's exactly what they are. Yes. And it's a young lady by the name of Ashley the Baroness. Beautiful. She breaks it down. She is like a historian. And when I tell you, if you're not following her, because she said the same exact thing Chef Sky is saying and the same thing I'm saying, which is they're not ICE, they're not police officers, they are slave catchers. And they are hired to do exactly what they're doing, which is to detain and cause cruelty and harm to us Black and brown people in this country. The same oppression that we've experienced for 400 years. So they are slave catchers, and that is the terms we're going to use. This is a dictatorship. This is not democracy. And shout outs to Melissa Ford, Hot and Bothered podcast here. She said it brilliantly in her interview. This is not a democracy. This is a dictatorship. What you thought you knew was America, it seems normal, but fascism turns your world upside down. And it so takes a toll on your mental health as well, too, because what they're doing is the same thing Hitler did in Germany, which is flooding the zone. And they want you to be defeated. They want you to be tired. So if you got to unplug sometimes, as I was telling Eric, and I want you all to as well, too, I know it can be overwhelming.
Sorry.
I want you all to understand I want you all to understand that what you thought you knew was America is no longer normal. Your world is upside down. If you follow my colleague Bubs to God, he has something on his channel where he has like background music and then say, you are now living in a different world. Yes, we are living in a different world than the world we once to understand that. But we have a chance at saving our country, though. We have a chance. And it begins with, as Eric just stated, forming community and organizing. So, yes, there is hope. There is hope because Hitler's lasted all the way. The Nuremberg trials took place in the 1940s. So if they don't think that accountability is coming, it's coming. Something is brewing. And they are shook. And that is exactly why they're wrapping up on everything. They got to get it done. They got to get this, the manifesto complete. And it's 50% complete. So make sure that you are staying on top of that. So before we come into the closing hour, I suggest to everyone as well, too, on maintaining their peace, because we know therapy is a must. Make sure that you are normalizing that. I want our people to normalize that. I'm going to use this example, and I use this example every time we go live on the gram. It's an episode of Good Times where James comes in the house, and he's mad as hell. He's storming in, and I think it was Michael asked him, like, Dad, are you okay? got up from the dinner table and threw that chair against the wall, went in the room and slammed the door. Y'all remember that episode? He was mad as hell, and Florida just stood by the door like this. Hypertension, anger, mental health, all of these things take a play on our people. And it's important that we continue to speak about it and not stay silent. James kept saying, I have a problem. I don't have a problem. Ain't nothing wrong with me. We do that in the Black community. I use that as an example because we do that. Oh, child, just drink some water. You'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go to the doctor. You'll be fine. Just drink some water. Drink some, what do we say on what's an episode of Everybody Hates Chris? Drink some Robitussin. Here, you'll be okay. But we don't do that. we need to start normalizing what the root of the issue is. Start at the beginning. Talk to therapists. That's what God put them here for. Sometimes it's okay to talk to your family as well too. But also get an out. That's why God put them here.
Yeah.
So that they can be a listening ear. They'll get inside your mind and they'll be like, okay, so why do you feel this way?
You don't want to just
What
be an
made you
echo
feel
chamber.
this way on this particular day? Yes, exactly. And they'll say, so what can we do about this? What can we change this to make this even better? Y'all, so remember that. But go on, Eric. What are ways that our people can stay in tune and in
Well, first of all, Ashley the Baroness. I was trying to find her. Is she on Instagram?
It's beautiful, long hair, and sometimes you'll see her with the silk press. Beautiful Black woman.
Okay, forward her
she's
to
about
me.
my complexion a little bit. Yeah.
But
Beautiful.
I would just go back to I think it's important to. So I will go back to. I think it's important to feel the feelings.
Yes.
Enough of what something you said too. Because like your example with James is a lot of times it's our. I want to say our. It's our nurture that kind of leads to us feeling that we can't express X, Y, and Z, and we shouldn't feel X, Y, and Z, and that this makes us weaker or crazy. So it's important to feel those feelings. If these things come up, they're coming up for a reason. There is information in that feeling, and you've got to allow yourself to work through it. Just stuffing things down. I mean, we know this, but sometimes we need to hear obvious, simple things that we know. Just pushing things down is not a long-term solution, and just using self-remedies or even prescribed medication is not a solution to the problem entirely. You can treat a symptom, but if you never get down to the core of what's going on, then you'll be stuck in that loop. You're never going to have your breakthrough. So in order to do that, you have to really be honest with yourself about what you feel, and let yourself feel that, give yourself that space, give yourself that grace, and you'll be able to recover from there. You'll be able to, and again, it only has to be a little bit every time. Your first session with a therapist is not going to solve all your problems in life, but it's going to get a lot of it off in that first one, because you realize, oh my gosh, I can talk about it now. And I didn't even know I had this feeling. I didn't even know that talking about this made me upset. Oh my gosh, now I'm embarrassed, and I know that it's safe for me to let this out in here, but my body is fighting even letting it out. Or that was my experience. Whatever those things are for you, you will find. So I would just say, give yourself that grace. Let yourself feel those feelings. And be your own best friend. Know that you got you. Talk to that child and let them know that there's. Talk it out.
Absolutely. And what I would close out with, Fashion Dolls, The final thought that I would close out with is mm, when fascism comes to America, it will be wrapped in the flag and carrying an American cross. Yeah, carrying a cross. And I want you all to remember that, again, what you thought you saw, what you once knew as America is no longer coming back if we don't do the work. And that's basically what Eric just said: do the work, get therapy if you need it, talk to somebody. Don't sit there and suffer in silence because it just builds up and festers over time. And it's just like even your anger can sometimes get the best of you. When what happens, and I use this analogy as well too, when we shake a soda up and we unscrew that top, it sprays everywhere and you have a big mess. So talk to somebody. That's why God put therapists here. And in order for us to defeat fascism, we have to make sure that we are using the proper tools to make sure that we're intact. And that's why I've been exercising every day, because I got to make sure that I'm mentally here and prepared to be able to have these conversations with my guests and to make sure that I stay in a good mood. Exercise can help you as well too. It can improve your mood. It can boost everything. When you're healthy, when you're eating healthy, as I said with this book from Marie Kondo, which I'm probably going to get into after rapping with Eric, um, I want you all to find a hobby, find something that you've never done before, and try that. Get involved because there's so many programs out here that you can get involved in that will help other people as well too. You have a good feeling when you help someone. Trust me, it's worth it. When you help someone, it comes back to you. That universe booms around, boomerangs. You know how to, I was about to say boomerang, booms around. The universe will give it right back to you in return. I couldn't hardly get it out. But whatever you put out there in the universe, just know that it will boomerang right back to you. So if you're putting out good energy, it's going to come right back to you in return. And trust me, it's going to be so abundant. You're going to be like, my God, you're taking in, just think of it as taking in all of your roses. Somebody, you know how they throw roses at you on stage, or
Mhm.
someone hands you a bouquet of roses. Take it in as if you're getting all of your roses. You did what needed to be done. You did your part. And when you do your part, you feel good at the end of the day. Thank you, Chef Scott. Thank you, girl. And I'm so glad I got you. And Naptown and all of y'all, the nation, my fashion dolls, I want to say thank y'all all so much. Y'all have done nothing but shown me immense love and support. And that's what keeps me going. Being able to form a community with people who love on you. When you love on me, I give it right back to you into. Again, that's what the universe, when you put whatever you put out there is what you're going to get in reciprocity. And I'm a firm believer in that. I'm a firm believer in that. Mom has always told me, she said, let me tell you. She said, you better be careful. You know what my grandmother would always tell me? She's 81 years old and still alive, and I still got
Mm.
her here. And that's God's gift. I can pick up and call my grandmama right on the phone right now after this interview, and she'll pick up. And you think you talking to a 20-year-old version of yourself. I'm in my 30s now. So I'm getting up there. But you think you're talking to a version of yourself is like your grandparents they knew. They know. Your grandmothers especially, they know they have that wisdom up here. So my grandmother would share stories with me. My mom would share stories with me. And it's important that you sit back and you have a conversation with your elders as well too. That's something you can do. That'll take your mind off of the
So
craziness.
valuable.
So they will.
Yes, I'm so thankful to have my grandmother.
Hmm.
Like she would always tell me, she said, "Don't get too big.
Hey.
Don't get too big where you're at." Yes, I've got this platform. Yes, it is growing. Yes, I've done a lot, tons of interviews and more to come. But she said, don't get too big that you forget who put you here because just as fast as you got there, she humbled me, y'all. Eric, she humbled me. She said, just as fast as you got there, God can take it all away from you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't turn your back on your loved ones and the ones who's helping. And I would never do that. I would never turn my back on black people, my people, black people, and I would never turn my back on my family. So always been that way. Yes, she humbled me, girl. Chef Scott, she humbled me. She said, just as fast as you got there, you got styled by Stevie. It can be taken away from you. And trust me, I almost lost it. But thank God I'm holding on to it. And you guys love it. So hey, he's still here. 20 seasons in and more interviews to. So hang on, y'all. It's gonna be a wild ride, and I'm gonna be there with y'all, witnessing the circus that's going on and getting y'all through it. So
I
go
have to
ahead,
say
Eric. I'm
before we
sorry.
go,
I have to say before
I
we go,
found Ashley.
I found Ashley.
That's
I
her.
know
That's
Ashley
yes.
V.
I know.
I was over here looking
I
for
was
it,
over
but
here
yeah, so I
for it.
already
Like,
follow
how
her.
do you follow?
Love her, girl.
Love
If you see
her,
this, I
girl.
want you to know that I already know who you are and love you and love your content and love the work that you put into researching and abbreviating it and making it so easily digestible to the rest of us, and the passion that we can see through the screen for everything that you bring to life.
Yes. Y'all make sure y'all go and follow her. Her
Mm-hmm. There she is. That's Ashley.
but Ashley the Baroness and Monty Matter, Montemadder, Monty Matter. I think that's how she spells it on Instagram. But these are two women you need to be watching and looking out for because they provide information for you on whatever it is that you need to know. So definitely go and check them out. But Ashley, she goes back in time. She's like I said, she's like a historian. So shout outs to her. And if not her, then y'all need to be following my girl Hope Giselle. Need to be following Hope Giselle. Now I can't talk as fast as Hope Giselle. I talk fast a little bit, but Hope, baby, she got it down pat. You be like, oh my, I will. And DM Michelle Scott. I'll send you some of their videos, and you can check it out as well too, girl. Like you'll be informed. You'll be like, wow, I never knew this. Like she will give you a historical figure, and she just did someone. It was a young woman, young black woman that was out during the slavery era, and she just did a video on it, Ashley. So y'all need to go and check that video out. Again, she provides a lot of information, and we need that
Mm-hmm.
during this time. They
That's her
want to pull
weapon.
it off the shelves. Thank God for my library. We still have a entire Black History section, and in rural South Carolina, which shocks me, which baffles me. So African American literature is still there. Praise the Lord. So we got to keep continuing to protect it. Yes. All right, Fat Dolls. And Eric, without further ado, any final words you'd like to give to the viewers, to the Fashion Dolls today before we wrap? Because I'm going to bring you back again. Love to have you back on in the spring.
Well,
Like I said, I
like I said,
did
I
have the honor
did
of
have the honor of
being a part of a production over the past 2 days.
over the past 2 days.
I can say that the name
I
of the
can say
film
that the name
is In Between.
is In Between.
LGBTQ subject matter.
LGBTQ subject matter.
Yes.
Really important subject matter.
Really important subject matter.
Conversations we need to have. I don't know
we
when
need
the
to have.
movie's going to be
I
out.
don't know when the movie's
It's only day 4 of shooting.
or
But
shooting.
be on the lookout for that. I mean, you'll see me in it, but don't watch it for me. There's substance to the film, and you should definitely check that out. I will tell y'all even the name of the, let's see, of the director, so y'all can look it up. The film is In Between. The director's name is coming up, and then I'll let y'all go. So sorry, I should have had this together. I know his last name is Molencup. Molencupp. I want to find his first name. Oh, don't worry about it. The last name Molencup.
Last name Mullen
of
Cup.
the writer and director. The movie's called In Between. Please check it. It'll
Yeah,
it's coming. Coming down the line.
check it out. Between Nolan Cop. Make sure y'all go and check that out. And make sure that y'all are following Eric, supporting him, Ashley the Baroness. Make sure you guys tune in at 6 p.m. with my brother K Tukes on Faith is the Substance, live here on YouTube. Y'all go and show him some love. And I will see you guys again Friday and Saturday. Saturday, EJ will be joining me. Friday, we have the sexy, the amazing DeWitt joining me. Make sure y'all tune in Friday. But Eric, as always, it is such a pleasure, and I would love to bring you back in the spring. We're now in the winter months, but I would love to have you back on in the spring again.
I'd be happy to come back.
All right, Fashion Dolls, there you have
Always
it.
a pleasure.
And that concludes our episode of Style by Stevie today. And I will see y'all Friday and Saturday. And again, the film is titled In Between by Nolan Cop. But I will see you then. Take care, Fashion.